How you doing? In the IG Live that you're about to watch between myself and Christos out of the United Kingdom, we cover what his retail arbitrage and online arbitrage business looks like, how I'm doing now that everything is full-time, because it's been about a week and a half now, and also a boatload of questions from the audience. And there are several nuggets in here, guys, but like with all IG recordings, maybe something you want to run in the background as you're doing prep or something, just because it does have a lot of Q&A and back and forth with the audience. But definitely it's loaded with nuggets. Check it out. If you have any additional questions or need any clarification on anything, let me know in the comments below. Enjoy.
How you doing, man?
Good, thanks, mate. You?
I'm doing pretty well.
Looking
I'm
sharp.
just making a little sticky note here to ask any questions.
No worries.
How's the weather over there?
It's great, mate. Yeah, let me just show you, actually. It's one of the best days we've had this year. I don't know if you can see that. This is out of my two-bedroom flat here. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah. Blue skies and everything.
Decent, as we like to say.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So how's it going, mate?
it's not windy out here. It's pretty much the same, but when it's not windy out here, it's just pure humidity is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bringing a fan out with me and doing this out on the patio table, but I'm like, that might be kind of weird.
Get jealous of that. You make me want to fly out there again.
Yeah, that's right. You were over here. That's right. You went
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
So I started off in Alabama, went to a wedding, and from there we road tripped from Alabama to West Virginia, which was, I think that was an 8-hour drive, but we stopped overnight halfway between somewhere. I can't remember where we stopped. I think it was Knoxville, maybe. Was it Knoxville? Somewhere in that area. From there we went from West Virginia to Washington, D.C., and then Washington, D.C. up to New York, and stayed there for 2 days. And it was great. It was amazing. But my dad actually lives in Florida, so I'm over there at least like once or twice every year visiting him and stuff like that. So I'm always over in the States. So hopefully one day I can hit up. Whereabouts are you? Iowa, is it?
Yeah, Iowa, right in the tri-state, pretty much. But
Yeah.
I just say Chicagoland usually because that's kind of a little more pertinent. Speaking of that, when I checked on questions, FBA Phil, who I believe's in the chat here, I think I saw him. Hi, FBA Phil. Hi, the Progress of Ash. He asked if the people from America knew where Norwich was. If you guys want to put it down in the chat, if you're in the U.S., do you know where Norwich is?
Well, it's actually pronounced Norwich.
Or Norwich.
Norwich, yeah. It's on the east of England. It's the where I'm originally from is a place called Great Yarmouth. If you're from the UK, it's renowned to be not a very nice place to go, but it's actually the furthest east place of England, which is quite cool. So, but yeah, I'm living in Norwich now. I'm in the middle of the city, literally 2-minute walk from the Norwich City football stadium, which is quite cool for when they're playing games. Really good atmosphere around here. So, but yeah.
Are you a Norwich fan then?
I'm not. No, I've got a bit of a. I think this is what Phil was getting at here because he knew this was going to come. I'm actually a Man United fan, and I live in Norwich, and I don't know whether you have that over in America, but I'm called a glory hunter quite a lot. So someone that supports a team that wins. But at the moment, or at least in the last 5 or 6 years, Man United haven't really won a thing. So we're not very good at the moment. But Phil always goes on to me about being not supporting Norwich when you're where you're from. I think there's a bit of a hidden stab there at me.
Yeah, see, for when it comes to the football, throwing football or whatever you want to call it, American football, there we go. since I live in Iowa, there is no football team, so it's like a wild card, you know. So you get like Bears fans, you get Packers fans like me, you'll get Vikings fans, you get everybody.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, no, so it's pronounced Norwich, though.
Sorry?
That's pronounced Norwich, though.
Norwich, yeah. Right. Yeah. So what have you been up to today?
Today, I completed a book shipment, finally, the first one. It's once I set up the condition notes, though, it's pretty easy. You know, I put like used, very good, used good, and I think used acceptable, and then I typed like library book, from a library sale, you know, and then I just edited how was the binding, cover, and pages. And once I did the conditions anyways, then I was slamming them out. I did 57 or whatever books in probably an hour or something. It was really fast. Did I just lose you, Christos?
That's good.
You're buffering, man.
I'm still here.
Now. Maybe it's my side. Okay,
yeah,
I'm still here. But yeah, I just was doing that, and then I did that post on the LLC video that I did on how to create an LLC, in Iowa. But it should be applicable to the other states too. What about you? What have you been up to?
So I've actually been at work today. I've been working from home. So I've been at the day job today. Been working from home, but at the same time, I've been sneaking off on the side, you know, doing a bit of online arbitrage in between, you know. But so it's been a bit of a booked out day for me. But tonight, I've actually got Giorgio Flips. If you haven't seen him on Instagram, he's currently on his way to my flat now. And we're going to be going out and sourcing a couple of the supermarkets around Norwich that are open late at night. So we're going to be, we've got Asda, Tesco's. Asda's part of the warm-up chain. So we're just going to do a little bit of a run around Norwich because we haven't done that in a while. And we always enjoy going out sourcing together. It's quite a fun thing to do. And I might try and make a blog of it as well. We'll have to see how we get on. But I've got him coming up tonight. But tomorrow I've got a really good day packed. I'm actually driving to a place called Ipswich, which sounds a little bit like Norwich, but it's about an hour away. And I'm meeting up with a couple of the fellow resellers that are on Instagram. So I'll be meeting KLC Reselling. I'll be meeting Mr. Money Mental UK himself, Andrew. And I'll be also meeting Corey. So Corey Jai Journey on Instagram, Power Reselling on YouTube. So we're going to be meeting up. We're going to be heading out, doing some sourcing together. And I think we're going to go for some drinks and some food and maybe go live tomorrow evening. And we've got a fun day packed though. It should be good. And I'm also meeting Laura, who is another reseller that's on YouTube and Instagram. So it's going to be a really good day. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
It's just informal, like between you guys then, hey? Like KLC and all you guys.
Yeah. So we've been talking for about a couple of months now, and we just said this meet up and let's just go sourcing together, film some content maybe as well, and just have a good time really. So it should be good.
Yeah. And that was the second part I was going to ask. You guys all have YouTube channels, I believe, because I'm friends with everyone you mentioned, I think.
Yeah.
Follow.
Yeah, I think I'm the newest one out of the pack. I think Corey's been on YouTube for about 2 or 3 years now. But I think KLC maybe started. I think Andrew maybe started January or December this year. I'm sure he'll let you know in the chat there. But yeah, we're all YouTubers, so it should be fun. And what's really good about it is that I think I'm the only sole Amazon seller, so I only sell on Amazon at the moment. So it'd be good to maybe do some videos with them about eBay tips for Amazon sellers, Amazon tips for eBay sellers, and stuff like that. So it'd be good. It'd be a good day. I'm going to learn a lot, I think.
No, that's pretty cool that you only have an hour to drive, though, and you can meet all those people because like I say, I believe I recognize all but one of them. Hi, 23-year vet. Hi, JL Pierce. Hey, Brian Yolo. How's not Puerto Rico? There we go. Hi, FBA Phil, Four-Eyed Hustler, trying to catch up a little bit in the chat. Oh, FBA Phil put it in, what do you call that? Grammatical sense on how to pronounce Norwich. Or, money, money mental. It looks like, okay, money mental is saying the number of bedrooms really affect the weather, Christos.
He is on my case constantly. What drink you got there?
Oh, it's just water in here.
Oh, it looks really exciting from the outside.
Yeah, well, in Colorado, they got what do they call it? What do you call it? Like a theme or whatever you want to say? It goes colorful Colorado. It's just branding, you know.
Nice.
Oh, we got I Am Reselling in here. That was the fellow who had a huge stack of video games on his story. And he was live a couple days ago, too.
Oh, wicked. I have to check him out.
As far as your business, though, you were saying that you're the only Amazon seller when you meet up with these guys. And how long have you been doing it?
Oh, no. I'm not the only Amazon seller. I think Andrew has sold on Amazon before. And KLC has literally... I'm going to give her a big shout out here because she wanted to get into Amazon. She only signed up to Amazon, I think it was this time last week. And in that time, she's managed to send in about 4 or 5 shipments into Amazon. And she started to make daily sales all within the space of a week of getting started. So a big shout out to her. But what I was saying is their main business, 5 boxes she's just popped into the chat there. So that's awesome. But their main business is eBay. So I think KLC, she focuses on clothing. Andrew, I think he just buys everything, and then Corey just buys lots of job lots and stuff as well. But what they're all doing is they're all starting to dip their feet into Amazon. So to obviously diversify their businesses. So it's really good to see, and I'm trying to give as many tips from what I've learned from Amazon so far, and I'll be looking to get some tips from them about eBay because I do want to start setting my eBay up again soon. It's just I don't have the space in this room at the moment for my eBay stock.
Right. Amazon's nice in that respect that you may have the stuff and then you send it to the warehouses and you don't have to see it all over. Unless, of course, you're like trying to move or something. You know, then you got a disaster in your house.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Hi,
I'm not going to show you.
Meg, Fit Meg. I just lost it. Meg Fit UK. Hi. Diapple Borse. Hey, 8902. I think I got her. Amazon Success Creation. What's going on? Okay, so you're the Amazon. Okay, is it OA then, or no? You just mentioned RA also. So you do a mix of both.
So yeah, it started off purely RA, and then I started the YouTube channel, and then realised how much time and effort actually goes into creating a YouTube channel. And we've spoke about this before, but I have a massive passion for helping people, and eventually I want to be like a full-time YouTuber or whatever. But what I realised was that as soon as I started the YouTube channel, I couldn't go outsourcing as much, and I just didn't have enough time, because going out and doing retail arbitrage takes obviously a lot longer than doing online arbitrage from your home. So in the last 2 or 3 months, I've been slowly transitioning over to onto online arbitrage. So basically, my setup, without going too much into detail at the moment, is so obviously I work full time. So I work Monday to Friday as a web developer. The hours that I work are normally 8:30 till 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then in the evenings of Monday to Friday will be my online arbitrage time, YouTube time as well. Also in the mornings before work, because obviously it's easy just to jump on and do some searches and whatnot. And then on the weekends, I will go out, and that's when I'll go and hit the retail stores, mainly Saturday. And now I normally try and tend to have a day off with the family on Sunday and stuff. But Saturday is all about just going out to retail stores, charity shops, car boot sales. I know they're named a bit differently over there, but they're the same thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's like my RA day. And then sometimes in my lunch break, I head out and hit a few shops as well. But trying to just keep it like a mix. Like I know you've said that you've got a little bit of a mix of a Reezy resales, Kevin Blackburn type of thing. That's kind of my mix. My mix is like the online arbitrage, paying for the sourcing softwares to bring me the deal, automating that process, and then actually just going out and hitting the retail stores when I have got that free time.
Sure. Okay, so you're busy all the time. Do you have any kids?
No kids.
Okay.
Don't know how I'm gonna do it, and I salute you, brother, for how you do it.
Well,
I'll definitely be coming to you for tips when that time comes. But yeah, no kids. But I'm a very busy person at the moment. Like I say, it's wake up at we were speaking about this. My working schedule is very late. I'm not much of a morning person, so I'll wake up at about 7 o'clock, and then I have an hour before I go to work, which is I'll alternate the day. So I'll have a business hour where I'll work on my Amazon business, or I'll have a personal brand hour, so where I'll work on either Instagram content or YouTube content. I'll go to work, finish at 5, and then it will either be a personal brand evening, which is normally Monday to Wednesday, where I'll be either filming YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos, which is the longest part, and then obviously creating content and just doing personal brand style things, helping people, all the kind of stuff that you do. And then Wednesday or Thursday through to Sunday is my business time. So I'll obviously go to work, but 5 till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, will just be sourcing and doing everything with my Amazon business. So I'm a very busy boy.
I would say, hi T-Bay 100. Hey Mark Start. Yeah, thanks for reminding me to introduce Christos. It took me like a good minute to get that. Steve Stewart, what's up? Hey KLC Reselling, excuse me. I saw your YouTube just the other day, actually, on your recent haul. Hi Rachel, how's it going? Nappy, catching up in the chat here. TQ4801, what's up? I am Sassy Cassie, awesome name. Bart Teka, what's going on? Connected. If you guys have any questions, enter it in the chat. Oh, there's your boy, Giorgio Flips. He is here. All right.
He should be on his way here. Not Instagramming while he's driving.
Yeah, but I'm the same way as you though. I do like blocks of time. So, what am I doing before work? What am I doing during? Well, I don't work anymore, but when I did, what was I doing before work? What was I doing at lunch? What was I doing after work before the family came home? Then, of course, family. And then once the kids got to sleep, what was I doing? So It's better now because I get more sleep and I'm back to like the schedule I want to, or not the last 2 days because the holidays, but it's nice. Because like you said, we're opposites. You can work at night. I'm a zombie by 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So I had a question for you, actually. I might as well bring it up now that you mentioned it. So now that I'm sure everyone that's on this live know that Mr. Jake Diego, he's a full-time Amazon reseller, businessman now. What is your schedule looking like now? Can you take me through I'll wake up through to go to, do you have a set schedule, or is it just you get done what needs to be done,
Well, I'm a little bit still fleshing it out, but it looks like what it's going to be is generally wake up about 4:30, and then I actually lay down on this couch right here, and I do a guided meditation. It's just, love sofa or whatever you guys call it. And then I usually, tend to my bodily needs, to put it in a non-discreet way. And then
I've been going downstairs and usually working on a shipment because that's where the work area is that you see in the YouTube. So usually packing a shipment, but sometimes it'll be something on the computer, like working with the virtual assistants and seeing what our daily scoreboard looks like. You know, how many items did they find, how many items were reviewed and found to be winners, and how many items were purchased. So I've been watching that because we've been upping our spending more on the OA side, and we're about 3,000 a week now. But ideally, we want to get to about 5,000 a week. So it's a little bit of a stretch, but we came a long way.
So you've got VAs that actually go out and do some online sourcing for you, then, yeah.
Right. Yep. So there's 8 of them now. There used to be 9, but I let one of them go, and I was kind of leading out and getting myself in the process a little more. Mm-hmm. But as I transition more to the wholesale stuff, I'll probably just be hiring her back on because she was very good.
And how often?
But anyways, I'll do that.
What's their working hours?
They get paid per task. So I mean, most of them, I want to say it's probably been 4 months since I've really asked them, but they generally start about 5 p.m. our time, which I think is about 5 a.m. their time. I think they're 12 hours. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's about
maybe a little bit less. But yeah. Okay, so that's about right then. That sounds about right. And then then it depends on the task or whatever. Like the sourcer people, it's nice. Like if they're going to Best Buy and Barnes and Noble and whatever stores, Nike, whatever, if they can find the 10 items, then they're just done. If it takes 2 hours, they're done. If it takes 8 hours, they're done,
Yeah.
So I would think, somewhere from there to 2 o'clock, something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
And then for the reviewer, he's got battery. He's got to wait till the products come in, and then he'll review them all. So he might not get up until like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. his time. And then lastly, then there's the shipment lady and the receipts lady. I don't know what hours she really works because she'll even work on weekends. She's kind of nice. Like if I go to Nike or whatever and I take pictures of my receipt or whatever and send it on our Slack group, she'll work during the weekend and type it up. So she's a trooper. And then lastly, anyways, the team leader, she kind of works a lot, but she makes real good money, I think, for those guys anyways. Because when I see some of their checks, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of Filipino pesos. I wonder what you can buy with that. But anyway, so that's the morning. And now the part I haven't talked about, but I wanted to put on the story, is then I'm Mr. Mom. I'm Mr. Mom from, not, nothing being sexist or anything, I'm just saying, from about 6:40 to about 8 o'clock or so, I make the kids breakfast, get the kids up, get them ready, get them dressed, and then get them in the car. And then they all leave right about 7:30 or whatever, and then I kind of put everything away from it. And then I just go back to usually sourcing or doing the shipment or doing some activity from then until I try to get here about 4:30 p.m. And actually make dinner or warm up leftovers like tonight, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then family time, and then once they go to bed, I might do a couple things, but I've been just going to bed 9:30, 10 o'clock lately, so it's been nice. Yeah, but that's kind of loose. I know I'm leaving a big gap between 8 and 5, but it's just usually activities. Like it might be 2 hours of YouTube, it might be 8 hours of sourcing, it might be that kind of thing. Thanks for the love, guys. I saw the meter going crazy there. But that kind of puts it in perspective. Like I say, I'm trying to flesh it out because you said it so elegantly, is the retail arbitrage takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
so
massive.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said, it takes a lot of time, yeah.
Right. So I'll do the short version of this, but what my strategy or idea is right now is just hit it like real hard. Next week's kind of hard, but after that, keep hitting it hard in the retail arbitrage because I want to know like where are the stores, what categories do they have a lot of stuff in, what is like logical to travel to next, like a sequence. So then I can give it a break all August and most of September, and then just go like nuts during Q4 because I'll know a route and categories and stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Hello, money. Oh, wait a second, we're down here. Hello, Hello, goods. Hello, Potacell. Bazzy B, what's going on? Hey, Alpha. Missed you here. Yeah, KLC is awesome, Ash. Not much, Alpha. Just kicking it with Christos here. How much are you shipping daily to FBA or weekly? Do you want to answer that first?
Yeah, I can do. I don't actually have a set number. Obviously, it's as often as I can. But at the moment, I'm sending about a box a day on average, which is not as much as what I'd like it to be. But for my situation, I think I'm doing pretty good with that. When I eventually go full time, it will obviously go a lot more than that. But yeah, at the moment, it's about a box a day, like a big square box once a day. It doesn't happen every day. It will normally be I'll send 2 boxes, have a day off, and then send another 2 boxes. But it averages out about a box a day.
Okay. Yeah, between the pack and prep, and myself, it's about 320 to 400 items a week, if that kind of puts some perspective. And so we'll just try to ship every day as well, like you're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you items. Wouldn't ever have a clue of that.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think of sales value too, and I'm like, well, it's kind of hard to say there too. Like if I had to guess, it's probably 28. It's probably about 7,000 a week, but 28, and that might be I don't know. If I ballparked it, it'd be something like that.
Yeah.
My Amazon FBA hustle, how you doing? Haven't seen much in your story lately. It's DVDM. How's it going? Dude, I really butchered names today. Hi, Blue Unicorn Project, John Gord. Hey, CT Coleman, what's up? Monetary Ocean made it. Hey, he's just down in Missouri, actually. And that's. Did you do any book sales, Christos?
I started off with books. I do have some books. I'd probably say about 5% of my inventory is books. I used to go into a lot of charity shops when I was starting out, trying to grow the capital up. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really enjoy looking for books that much. I don't like going into charity shops and too much now. In England, the way they're set up, normally all the books that are worth scanning are all on the bottom shelf, and you have to get on your knees, and the charity shops, they absolutely stink in England. I'm sure some guys will agree with me, but it's great though. It's what you put in, it's what you get out with the books. You have to scan every single book, and every time I make a book sale on Amazon, I think I sold one about 3 days ago for something like £52, which I paid 50p for. It just makes me think, why am I not scanning more books? But every time I get out there, I've gone to 3 or 4 charity shops, and then I sit there and think, I can't really be bothered to do this anymore. I end up just going to a retail store or something like that. So I do it every day, but it's not my main priority.
I mean, you brought up a very good point there. Like, you gotta like to see hundreds and thousands of the products that you sell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna, just get annoyed or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically. I know one of, I don't know if you watch any of Reezy. Actually, I think you mentioned him in your YouTube before, so yeah, you do. And one of his recent videos, he actually talked about polybagging, like, very goods and, like, new books. So I thought that was kind of a nugget. I don't know if you saw his most recent one. It's got a pretty clickbaity title. Something like I paid for feedback, or how to pay for feedback. So,
yeah.
But I think it's all part of the game, man, because you got to get people's attention and, like, get them to click your video.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You got to find that right.
Hi, FBA Ronnie, P. Web Shaw, my vintage design house. Holy man. If If you guys have any questions, definitely put them in the chat. There's a lot of people coming through here. Holy man. It's been a while. When's the last time you did a live, Christos?
It was about 2 weeks ago. Last week I injured my back. I think that was last week. I can't even remember now. But yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. I was trying to do one every Monday as soon as I got in before I filmed my YouTube content. Because I thought that was putting me in the right state of mind, you know, to be talking to people and then just go straight from that and go and talk to a camera. But yeah, I'm going to get back on that. I'll probably do it live on Monday. So yeah, normally once a week. But the last one was about 2 weeks ago.
Okay. No, that's pretty good. I mean, like I say, I've been terrible. It's been 4 weeks or something like that. So I'm trying to keep it going, you know.
Yeah, I really want to get into the YouTube live game. I know that Money Mental in the chat, he has a very popular YouTube live community. He goes live quite often, alongside KLC as well. So I'll be asking them some tips tomorrow about going live, and I think I'm gonna, hopefully, if they allow me, make a little guest appearance on one of their channels over the next week or so. So yeah, maybe even tomorrow. I think we might be going live tomorrow, so I might be making my YouTube live debut tomorrow. So yeah, it's definitely something I want to get into.
So not just the IG live, also a YouTube live tomorrow then.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah.
Money Mental also said that he wakes up at 9. He drives to work and he's there by 9:05.
Yeah, that sounds exactly.
He really
like
is a troublemaker. You're not kidding. The reselling Charlie, what's up? Manigold, Rick. Oh, here's a question. Here we go. How much do you pay them for the 10 items? Oh, the virtual assistants? It's $150 every 2 weeks. Yeah. So I guess that break down if there was 10 sourcing days, $15 a day, $1.50 an item-ish. I mean, we don't break it down that way, but you could. Hey, FBA noobs, what's up? He's over in Wisconsin. I'm looking forward to getting back there because we'll probably move back to Wisconsin. Hi, Donna Buy sells books. Hey, Kiki's mom. Mac Daddy Kenzie, what's up? Joe everywhere. These names are awesome. So a lot of these names I don't recognize. So you have a lot of support here as well. Charlie Chaz 100. Poppy Lawrence. Shorty Stuff Sales. What's going on, guys? Oh, here's a question. Here we go. Are you noticing, Kiki's mom says, are you noticing a pretty good lag between the time you ship and the time it goes live over the past month? Are you getting it in the UK too? Joe everywhere. These names are awesome. So a lot of these names I don't recognize, so you have a lot of support here as well. Charlie Chaz 100. Poppy Lawrence. Shorty Stuff Sales. What's going on, guys? Oh, here's a question. Here we go. Are you noticing, Kiki's mom says, are you noticing a pretty good lag between the time you ship and the time it goes live over the past month? Are you getting it in the UK too?
So with the UK, I think, don't quote me on this, I think we've got 11 FBA fulfillment centres, and they all vary, my experience anyway, they all vary with how quickly things get checked in. So there's a place in the UK called Coventry, and what that actually is, a lot of people in the UK, I get a lot of questions in my Facebook group about it actually, that what Coventry is it's not actually a proper fulfillment centre. All it is a transfer centre. So the items will get checked into Coventry, and then they will then get shipped to other fulfillment centres in the UK. So just a tip for anyone that's watching it from the UK, if you find out that your items are going to Coventry, just expect it to be a little bit longer before they actually go live than other shipment centres. And then there's another shipment centre in the UK called Peterborough, which always, for me, just seems to take a while for items to go live there. Well, I'll track it via UPS, and that'll say that it's been delivered, and it'll still take a week from it being delivered to actually get that email from Amazon saying that they're receiving my items. So, but I'd probably say the lag, I'd say on average it takes me around 2 or 3 days tops for an item to go live. Unless it's going to Coventry, then I'm looking at a week to 2 weeks.
Okay, so if it's to an actual fulfillment center, then you're good. But if it's to a transfer, then it takes a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they have Prime? Do you have Prime Days there coming up, or is that just US?
Yeah. No, it's worldwide, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that's why I think it's been as slow as it has here, because it's been fairly slow. Like, I wouldn't say it's a 3 weeks long, but it's like 10 days ish for me lately. So it's kind of bummer. Another looks like do we still, or she asks, Mac Daddy Kenzie asks, do we still see books as profitable, or do they feel like they're getting saturated?
Oh, I think absolutely there's profit in books. Yeah, you just got to find the right ones. Like, it's just how much. It depends what your criteria is as well. I know a few resellers that will sell a book for £2 or £3 profit. I personally wouldn't do that. I'm looking for the books that are £1 that will sell for at least £10 in profit. But absolutely, there's still profit in books. It's just the hardest thing about books is finding the books and making sure you scan every single book in that shelf. Because one of the problems that I certainly faced when I started out was I always just went and scanned the items that I thought would make money. I thought that would be valuable, but that's not the case. Anybody that uses Amazon FBA, scans books, will tell you it's always the items that you don't think are worth anything that are worth money. So you just got to make sure you scan every single book in there. But yeah, absolutely, definitely profit still in books.
I mean, my first book sale or book event, whatever you want to call it, was June. Was the beginning of June. I think it was actually June 1st, and there was quite a bit. But yeah, I think it depends like where you're traveling and where you're going. I know David Monetary Ocean, he's in here too. He said that he's got to travel sometimes, but he usually finds stuff too. So I think it's still there. I mean, I wish I could give you a better answer. So your answer is probably a little better than what I say because I haven't been doing it as long. But I want to get that Scoutly app and actually plan a book route here. Maybe even stop in Missouri, David. And anyways, hit some library sales. I think it'd be kind of fun because they're kind of a longer term solution. I feel like because you were saying like you bought one for 50p, I think you said, and you sold it for £52.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You're not going to get those all the time, but they're like the needle in the haystack books that just make it worth it. If you find one of those, it's just your day's made. But the problem is finding those books, but they are out there. That is the key thing. They are out there.
Yeah. Allison Wonderland, what's going on? Hey, Ryan. He's taking you to loads of charity shops tomorrow. All right, perfect. Hey, Jason Ortiz, what's up? KT reselling. For some reason, I'm always messing that one, or KT reselling, up with KLC reselling. I do not know why. It's Martin. What's going on? How's that? Oh, here we go. Ryan G asks, how are the OA deals stuff coming?
Okay, yeah. So I think what he's talking about is the sourcing software that I've been using lately, and it's going really well. I released a video on it on Wednesday, and basically all it is, it's part of the BuyBot Pro team. It's called Online Arbitrage Deals, and it's what I've invested into lately. And basically what you get, it's not like, I don't know if you've used many sourcing softwares before. I know obviously you've used a lot of VAs and stuff, but the great thing about, where have you gone?
You're good.
So I've been trialing all of the sourcing softwares lately, and with the standard sourcing software, you have to enter the store you want to source at. I'm giving a bit of an overview here, but you have to enter the store you source at, and then it will go off and do the search of that store, come back with all the results, and you have to filter through the results. Whereas online arbitrage deals, what you actually get is there's a team of VAs, which are all working out of are all working for online arbitrage deals, and what they actually do is they submit deals to you. And it's like getting a sourcing list, but getting it presented in a neat way through like this kind of feed. And you get to see the profits, and then you just get to analyze the deal. So it's in a sense, you've got your own VA submitting you deals, but probably not as many as what you're getting. But obviously, you don't pay as much as hiring a VA. So it's like having a VA, but not paying the full price for a VA. But
so people can buy into it, Christos? People can buy into this group?
Absolutely. It's not a group. It's a software. It's a service. So it's a website that you can go to, and it's I've got discount codes for it. I think it starts at £80 a month with my discount. I think without the discount, it's about £110 a month. So you're looking at $140, $150. But yeah, what's really good about it is like obviously the deals come to you, and you haven't got to go outsourcing. You just get to pick which one you wanna buy, and obviously the VAs, like are all trained up to do online arbitrage and stuff, and they know what to look for in deals. But in answer to the question, how am I finding it? It's been a massive improvement, because everything about my career, my business, is all time based, and I just don't have the time for things. And even with the sourcing software, I was still spending a lot of time clicking search, waiting for the search results to come back, manually filtering through all the results myself. And that, like, it was taking me, like, I worked out, I think it was taking me about 20 hours a week. And then, I'm talking about 3 or 4, 5 hours a night, just sourcing deals. And since signing up to online arbitrage deals, I spend no longer than an hour a day, because you've just got a deal coming in every maybe 45 minutes, and it's just one deal, and then you just look at it. Do I want to buy it? Yes or no? Move on. Just go about your day. So you just got those things. So it's a little bit differently to how you work, but it's coming in throughout all the day. Yeah, it's going great though. It's going great. It's a massive time saver.
I mean, if the deals are good, then it's worth the $100 and
So yeah, what I'm doing,
$10.
I'm signed up to Sellerboard, which is a profit analytics. I don't know if you heard of Sellerboard or not.
It's very
low. What I'm actually doing at the moment is a case study on all the deals that I purchased through online arbitrage deals. And then hopefully in about 3 or 4 months, what I'm going to do is create another YouTube video on the back of it, just basically saying, these are all the deals that I've bought. These are all the ones that I've sold. This is how much profit I've made from them. Is it worth investing into? So that would be a good thing. But I've only been using it for about 6 weeks now. So, but yeah, it's going great.
I was going to say, as long as the deals are good and you're getting them in timely fashion, then it's a good deal. KT said, is Peterborough in Scotland? Or is there a Peterborough in Scotland?
I think we're talking about Peterborough, and no, it's not.
It's
in the east of England. It's about 2 hours away from Norwich, actually. So, there might be a Peterborough in Scotland, but the one I'm talking about is in the east of England.
Okay, thanks. Hi, Arturo Eyes 23.
So, what I can actually do quickly is
go ahead.
Flip the screen now.
And the Funky Gold Medina's
online arbitrage deals. So as you can see there, we've got a deal flow drop coming in any second now, and that's how it's presented. So hopefully in a second you'll see that get updated. But that's what you do. They send all products through to you, and
I think I've lost you there again, Christos, or it's my connection. Thanks for the love, guys. Can you guys see Christos, or is it actually is it my connection? Do you guys know, or is it Christo? Uh-oh. Is it me? Shoot. Oh no. I think we lost him entirely now. Shoot. Let's see what happens here. Frozen for us all. Okay, he's gone. We can't. Okay, yeah. Well, he'll jump back on here, I'm sure. He may have done a number like I did the one week and not put his charger in, so luckily I had that today. But it looks like KT was saying there is a Peterborough in Scotland, but it's way up north. Okay, so she was wondering if it was the one in Scotland. I got you. FBA Phil, you forgot to pay his Wi-Fi bill. Nice. Here's a question. Jake, how'd you get ungated on Nike sneakers? Absolute gold mine. From Ryan and a bunch of E's. I sold a bunch of stuff, or Raiji maybe is how you say it. But anyways, the way I got ungated is I just sold a bunch of stuff. I got into video games in March of 2017, and I sold approximately 3,300 orders, or $123,000 worth in 9 months. And then by the time of January or February of 2018, then I was able, here he is, he's coming back. Then I was able to get ungated in Nike. Awesome question, Raiji. Hey, Danny R, 1990. Hey, .com Drew. What? .com Drew, you're in Hawaii. Get off here. Your wife is going to chew your head. Christos says his phone reset. He'll be back in a minute. Oh, thanks, Money Mental UK. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's how I got ungated in Nike anyways, is doing that. The cool thing, though, is if you're in the UK, as I understand it, they get it right off the bat. Oh, I appreciate it, Drew. No, I appreciate it. Shoot out, man, if you stay on here too long. How is Hawaii, man? How's the weather and everything? Well, guys, he's trying to connect, and he's been trying to connect. But definitely hit me with more questions here as you think of them. Yeah, it just says that he's connecting. What? I'm going to just tell him, if you can see me again, Christos, just go ahead and ask again. I just canceled the one request because it was just sitting there open. Here we go. All right, it just says it's waiting for you then. I guess what I was saying, though, there he is. All right.
Sorry about that.
I thought you had something going with your connection because you were late a few times.
Now, what happened was my phone came up with that message saying the phone was too hot. I don't know if you've ever had that, but it said your iPhone's too hot. So I've opened up the window behind me. I don't know if that's going to cool it down. So if I do go, it's because the phone's too hot. So it was funny enough, as soon as I showed those online arbitrage deals, it just cut out. So it was too hot to handle on the computer screen there. maybe Karen, the owner of OA Deals, she didn't want anyone seeing her stuff, so she shut me down.
Yeah, I can see that. No, that's pretty funny. I do get that message though from time to time, but it's usually when I have my dash mount in the car with my phone, and then I can quickly cancel it, but I don't know if it's good for the phone though for me to keep cancel.
Yeah, I've taken the case off, so maybe that does something. I don't know.
Maybe
it only happens with IG Live as well. Only happens with IG Live, so I need to have words with Zuck over at Facebook.
And I was gonna say you can't be like sweating too bad because I don't even see you sweating. By the way, FDA Phil said you need to pay your Wi-Fi bill. Hey, what's going on, Pata? Man. All right, here's a question from Raiji again. I think I'm butchering his name, but do you purely do RA or a bit of wholesale too? I'm just finally getting into wholesale. Like, I've set up a new LLC, turned in the documents for that. I got a new EIN. I just emailed the bank this morning to get the new bank account, and then I'm finally going to start approaching it. But I did it I made phone calls, in March time frame maybe, and I maybe called 11 places. But until I finally had the time, could I really put into it? But yeah, that's the go right now is get the LLC so I can tell Amazon to reinstate my second account because I have 2 Amazon accounts, but it's been dormant for a number of months, and then that's going to all be the wholesale thing.
So I had a question for you, Jake. It's actually on my list of things, and it's all around this wholesale thing as well. So currently, I don't know how the whole tax system works in the US, and I'm not going to drill you on any tax questions. But so at the moment, are you a limited company on Amazon, or are you what we call in the UK a sole trader? Because I put a question out. It's quite a big topic in the UK about what you should sign up for when you're going into Amazon. Whether you should sign up as a limited company straight away. I think America, you might have to do that straight off the bat. But yeah, what are you set up for? And if you're going to be going into wholesale, you're setting up a different company and just creating a wholesale account and doing all that's completely separate to your RA and OA. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. So when I started on Amazon, I was a sole proprietor is what they call it in the US, but same thing.
That's the same, yeah. Are you still that now? Or?
No, and then by July, I think it was, or August, then I became an LLC, just to kind of keep like a little bit more legal protection for me. I'm not selling anything sketchy like knives or fireworks, but it's still a good idea.
So when you made that change from a sole proprietor, which is a sole trader in the UK, I think, to the LLC going through Amazon, did Amazon suspend your account at all?
Yes, but I knew it was coming, so I already started getting the documentation in order. So I had like the EIN, I had the bank account, I had the screen print from the bank of my address and all the information matching it, the LLC. And then also, I think that was kind of it. But I had it, but they still put me down, I think, for 4 days or something. But on the first day, as soon as it happened, I was like, all right, here's the documents. Then I think the next day they asked for something else, and I gave that to them. And then by the third day, I had to ask, or fourth day, I think, I had to ask them, like, hey, are we all good then? And they're like, oh, yeah, here you go. Like, really? So it was a little bit of a mess. But yes, now with the wholesale, I'm creating another LLC to keep it separate. So I'll have the RAOA on the Amazon account, and then my second Amazon account that I've already had because long story short, I had a failed private label product last August. I chose CBD oil for dogs, and they changed their drug policy to include CBD oil. So they basically are like, all right, axed it. So I didn't touch the account since, so it's dormant. So anytime your account's dormant for 3 months or whatever, they're gonna make you put in the credit card again, the bank account, and I think like a letter or something that shows your name and the LLC or what have you.
So I'm not going to get too much into
that, I'm just like, okay.
I know it's different, but in the UK and the US, but so you're setting up the second account. Is that going to be a completely separate bank account to the one that you do with RA and OA? And yeah, but like that's a really good tip that you were saying about the whole LLC thing, because I know they're different, but I know that Amazon definitely works the same over the two countries with the verification system. So I've been getting a lot of questions lately in my Facebook group, and I ran a poll today, like I said. But a lot of people in the UK will start out as a sole proprietor. And I think there's a certain limit that you hit where Amazon basically force you to obviously move over to an LLC, which is what you had. But it's a massive tip to make sure that you've got that stuff in place before that happens. Otherwise, you could be facing like suspensions for up to like maybe 1 or 2 months or even longer. But like you say, you seemed like you had everything in place. You knew it was coming, and it's something that I'm going to be looking at in the very near future because I'm getting very close to that number now. So yeah.
Yep. And so for my second account, I did the same thing because I knew I was going to make it active again. I had called Amazon about a shipping plan I deleted because you know how they don't like that anymore. I'm like, oh shit, an inventory lab, they duplicated it, so I had to delete it, so I wanted to get you on the phone and let you know. And then they're like, oh, no, you're good, as long as you're not deleting them all the time and whatnot and yada yada. And then I said, oh, can I ask you one other thing? And I asked him about the second account, and then he said, yeah, if you want to get that active again, we're going to need the bank account, the credit card, and that. And then I said, okay, I'll just wait until I have it, and then I'll ask to reinstate it or whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
And so it's kind of the same story,
Yeah.
Hi, Zero World. Hi, AFC Dave, GG. Hi, Boverton and Poppy Lawrence. What about you, Christos? So you're not a limited company yet then?
No, I need to be though. I need to be. It's something that I'm looking at in the next couple of weeks, because I've got other income sources as well, and I need to split it all up. So I've submitted my tax things for last year, April to April, and I obviously don't have to worry about anything for the near future, but I want to get it sorted. So next couple of weeks, I'm going to be probably at least getting changed to a limited company, and then just getting ready for when Amazon give me that heads up. Yeah.
All right. And since everybody's that's still here right now, I'll give you guys also a little tip about that. Is it's and this is not financial advice, guys. So please contact your accountant. I can't be held liable. But the other cool thing about having, and I have to say that, guys, because people sue people around here. So I'm not trying to be like whatever. But the other cool thing about LLCs or multiple limited liability companies or that kind of thing is if you have a 0% offer from a credit card or you have some other 0% offers from your old business, well, by creating a new LLC, you can usually get that offer again. So, if you read between the lines, there's also that advantage to having multiple LLCs.
Nice.
Hi, Boverton. Hi, Karen. Hey, Karen Henderson, 7. FBA Journey, what's going on? TBA Leg 99. If you guys have any questions, definitely put them down in the chat. I think we have 8-ish minutes left. Here's a question. Poppy Lawrence, any tips into getting into RA or OA?
Take the floor, mate.
A lot of people say start with books, and I think that's good because it's very low, prices and that. It's only usually $1 a book or whatever. However, I think there's the other side of the coin, and that is, like you were saying earlier, and you're going to see 100, 500, 1,000 of these items. So, find something that you can sell as a newbie that you have good access to. Like if you live in a community that has a lot of libraries or is that kind of community with a higher, I don't know, maybe education for lack of a better word, then I would do something like that. If there's a lot of video game stores though in your town or what have you, then I do those. So kind of a mix of what wouldn't you mind seeing thousands of, and then also what do you have the most access to? For online arbitrage, I guess I technically started with that. I mean, for a couple of weeks, I was going to pawn stores and getting video games when I first started. But then it was always GameStop. It was I just max out the quantities in the orders all the time on GameStop. So I'd order 9 of this, 9 of that, 9 of that. So I guess it's no different. Just make sure that the item matches exactly, I guess. Exactly. Model, size, length, brand, quantity, all those things. Just make sure.
Yeah. If I could give any advice starting out, is number one thing to do is just download the Amazon Seller app. That's the number one thing to do because if you don't have that, you can't even scan anything, you can't learn anything. And my first thing to do is download the Seller app and literally just go through your house, just scanning items, scanning all your old books, and just getting a feel for the Seller app, seeing how much profit is in items, working out how to use it. And then I would probably say go and do books because they're low cost and massive ROIs. And you're going to have to go through a lot of books, so you're going to get a lot of use out of the app. And then I would say move towards going into some clearance aisles. some retail stores, and yeah, like with online arbitrage, it's pretty much the same, but it's online. It's harder to find the deals because obviously they don't really have the clearance hours that they do in retail stores. But if you're looking to get into it, I'd just say just get the app downloaded and just scan items in your house, and it's the same concepts for everything you do. You still have to scan the item, you still have to analyse the deal, and then just worry about like the vital information, like you say, make sure the product matches, make sure you're conditioning the item right. All of this information is on the Amazon website as well, and yeah, definitely the best way. Start with books and items in your own house.